Olivia De Havilland absolutely owns the screen in The Snake Pit, a movie that came out in 1948 and was rather daring at the time, and is a really interesting look into mental illness. But it's kind of wrapped in a mystery as well. We're thrown into our main character of Virginia, who is in a mental hospital at the start. She's quite clearly damaged in some way, unsure of timescales, who she is, everybody around her. She seems to have had a mental blank. And as we follow this character, we get flashbacks to her childhood, her marriage, the people that have influenced her, the people who have loved her throughout her career. And we see it all through the eyes of Dr. Kick, a man who's trying to help her through her issues. And it's a riveting performance by De Havilland, who does wonderful stuff here, who really has little bits of a voiceover as well, but has these facial expressions that deliver so much emotion, confusion, passion all the way through it. Her stark changes from being calm to wildly emotional are wonderfully exposed throughout the movie. And I really like the idea of this woman stuck within a system, stuck within her mind, and unable to break free of the confines that she has there, the little bars that she's put up mentally, while the physical ones round about her close in on her psyche as well. And it's a wonderful tale as well. Not only do we get a great idea of a woman stuck within a mental hospital trying to deal with this deep-seated trauma within her, but also the doctor trying to solve the mystery of what has happened to this person to create her a fractured psyche. And it's not just a driving mystery, it is several. We have the inciting incident, what happened there. Then we flash back to other things. This isn't just one thing that's traumatised her, one thing that gets a magical cure and everything's all right. There are many things that make up a person. There are many things that have made up this fractured psyche, which has to be solved. And I loved the main performance, which was excellent. I loved how, even though she knew she was causing herself more anguish and problems, she couldn't help doing some of the things that she did. And I loved a lot of the side characters that we met along the way. Some of them were abrasive, some of them were manipulative, some of them were antagonistic, just because that's the way they were. But all their interactions, whether it be the patients, the other doctors, was wonderfully executed and showed on film. There is a couple of transitions that give you an insight into her mind and how she was feeling and the anxiety that are wonderfully done. There's a moment where she's being talked to by a group of psychiatrists about whether she's going to be released or not, and the image suddenly changes to her being swept away in the ocean, the waves crashing down on her, unable to breathe, unable to speak, unable to articulate, feeling as though she's on the edge of a cliff being pushed off. And it's just a wonderful visual element that it just shines throughout this movie. And there's another scene where she's stuck within a hellish ward where everybody is really struggling with their mental illness, and the camera kind of pulls back and above, and you see all these people walking about, and it feels as if they're in a large tunnel, bottom of a pit. And again, it's a wonderful visual, and it's articulated with wonderful dialogue to explain her machinations and what she's thinking during this sequence. Amazing performance and an amazing tale. It's not drama for drama's sake. It is an interesting piece of story with a strong narrative really pushing it forward. And I thought the performances from everybody were wonderful, but De Havilland especially was enigmatic, brilliant, lovely, crazed at times. I felt sympathy for her. I wanted her to get better. I wanted her to get through all the things that were weighing down this wonderful person throughout the movie. The Snake Pit was an absolute terrific movie. One of my favourites that I've discovered on Indicator. I thought it was wonderfully performed, great shot, and a wonderful story, and one that I would highly recommend you check out.